Hello, special people. This is Samantha-Jayne Love from Garden of All, and I have my host with me.
Judy Reed. And
Pause
might
it.
I
Delay on it.
say,
We have taken a bit of time for ourselves. It has been the summer holidays here down here in Australia. So for me, solo mummying, it has been a bit of a long stretch, and I think we're week 3, week 4. I don't even know. The weeks are all merging into each other, but we're back at school. We're getting a flow on. Mum's back at school as well, so everything's starting to get momentum for 2025, and so we are back with the Garden
and
of
before we
All.
get into it, let me say you
Yes.
look so fresh and beautiful today.
Oh,
You're looking like a
thank you.
little, like a sprouting new plant or something. You look
Well,
lovely.
funny enough you say that because this morning I really felt this urge, or my delightful little kitty cat, my little familiar, bless his
Mm,
cotton socks. Mama doesn't let him go outside. So he's never been outside. There's so many things and the vet bills are ridiculous. Um,
hmm
but
hmm
my little girls have had enough drama and trauma in their life. If he was to get run over, it would be
Yeah.
like the end of the world.
Mm.
So we have decided that he stays inside, but he is now 2. And for a male cat who is 2, that is like having a 20-year-old. He's like, I just want to go outside and
Yep. Yep.
spray on things and
Conquer the
go and
world.
get that bird that's been getting at me. No. However, so he has, I had a little parlor plum and I keep trying to save it, and he's got a few spray. He does not like the water bottle spray. So it's saving my little parlor plum at the moment. My spider plant has had to go outside. Lucky they can go outside. And
Mm.
it's actually thriving outside in the spot. It's right at the front door. So,
Oh, nice.
but I walked my girls this morning to morning care, and I walked past not a jade bush, not a jade plant. It was a hedge of jade. The little
Oh,
jade. And I was like, oh, like said to the spirits, can I? I would really like some of that on the way back. Anyway,
hmm
I'm walking back and I'm talking to the spirits before I get there. And it was like it was coming, but it was like I had to have a little bit more of a, do you really want it? Which is
Right.
interesting because a jade plant is about abundance and growth and all these things. So it was a really interesting thing. And then it came with me, and I've put it into another. Apparently, we're not allowed to have aloe plants inside. Thank you, Zephyr.
Oh,
Um, I don't know. He's not a fan of the aloe plant. I don't know why either. Um, I cannot tell you. Luckily I've got some outside, but yeah, inside no aloe plants. I'm like, okay, so I have put it into this white pot, and there was a little koi fish which has got little crystals in it, so it's sticking
mhm.
up with great pride and joy.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, it's been a day of, I suppose, growth and
Mm,
purgation and generational laughter.
it's
I'm
beautiful.
so going off script right now, everybody that's watching. Um, the other thing was, so my mum has flown back to Adelaide and she's seeing my grandma. So my grandma is 96, and mum said that it's really getting to the stage where it's taking a lot, or she's like having to really say who that person is. Um,
Yeah.
and when she rings up, I never know what version I'm going to get. And
hmm
the little
hmm
girl inside of me is like, please remember me.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm the oldest grandchild. Remember me. I'm
Mm.
special. It does.
Oh, it's hard.
I don't think that
Yeah.
ever goes away. But we were having a laugh. And I said, "Oh, did Mum bring you a sweetie today, a treaty?" And she's like, "Nah." And Mum's like in the background holding the phone because Granny holds it up here or to her ear,
Yeah.
even though we're on FaceTime. And she goes, she didn't want any. And I've just gone, "What have you done with my grandmother?" Because Granny is renowned for saying, "I don't like sweets," and eating a whole tray of it. Like it's
Right,
a
right.
thing that my Evie has always done. And we all just had a bit of a laugh. And then there was a moment where she said she was 66. So that would make me 10.
Mm.
So this
You're very
whole
mature for your
little,
age.
I think
Yeah.
that there's this whole little spark that is flowing through. And it's my birthday month as well, and we've reached Pisces season. Woo,
Woohoo!
woo, 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 woo. Um, and so her mother actually passed away on my 18th birthday. So we're sort of coming up to the portal. I'm like, I wonder if she goes there
Um,
and it's my birthday, which I
mm.
won't be like, obviously, I will be sad that my grandma is not around anymore. However, I'm looking at this in a different light of special stuff leaves, special stuff comes in on that day.
Indeed, indeed. And, timing of these things can sometimes just be really weird too.
Yeah, and
It's
I think that it would be a real significant, like if it was to happen that way, I don't know whether it is or whatever, but if it was to happen that way, Mum's in Adelaide with her right now, and it also would be a very healing sort of journey for her to go through the same portal as her mother did. Um,
exactly. Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
so we've gone fully off script. There was no talk of generational healing, but here we are. That's just what happens. And that's probably because we were about to talk about Kunzite.
Yes, indeed.
Um, with the ring of my a delightful. So Kunzite is in regards to self-love. She is a beautiful pink crystal, which is all about self love. And I know that we have talked about the rose quartz. However, we're going to talk into a little bit of the difference between the two. Because
Mm.
for me, so I have a Kunzi cuff. It's really hard to see today.
I've got a I've got my Kunzite beads.
Yeah, so
Oh,
as you
that's
can see, that's a
nice.
chunk of kunzite. I also have this one's my fancy kunzite. So it's shaped
Beautiful.
like that, and it's like
Mm.
it looks more like a proper gem. And then I've got this
Mm.
one, which is another, it's actually quite an expensive piece. So, like all crystals, there's a variety of the carat. Like if you're talking about gems, they are gems. So my cuff is more of a raw piece. And when you get clearer pieces, the carat becomes greater with these. Um, and for me, it is bit of a transformational self-love, and it's like it does it with this graceful soft energy, not like good old rose quartz. She just gets in there, she's like, right, you will love me now.
She's very accessible and very, yeah, like this is who I am. Don't argue with me.
Yeah,
It's time to get that love happening. Yeah.
yeah, it's like bam, this is what we're doing. And if and it'll do what it's doing, talking about the same stuff, but it's just the way that I don't know. I feel for me, I would rather if I had the two in front of me, I would probably go the Kunzite. That is my favorite out of the two for the same sort of reason. It is probably more my go-to. Um, if I was to choose out of the two pink ones. However,
Hmm.
I don't think I have not seen like that's a quite a big piece of Kunzite.
Yeah.
It's been like I've seen chunks like that, but I haven't seen like my sphere. I haven't seen big
Yeah. Yeah.
chunks of the Kunzite. Now, Kunzite can bring in, it's deepening your self-awareness, can expand your consciousness, creating new opportunities in life, and allows you to let go of old emotions and thus making way for new things to come through. So for me, I've been wearing my Kunzite a lot. There was an astrological thing that my friend showed me that this February, especially, Kunzite was really good for anybody to be wearing.
Uh-huh.
Just to because there's Mars has been here and there's been solar flares and there's been all of the
Been a
things.
pretty active time in
We
that
have had
sphere.
a very active time.
Hmm. Don't know from one day to the next,
Human
like what's going on.
resonance has been going off the charts. So I digress. I'll come back to what human resonance is, but essentially, quickly, it is the vibration of Mother Earth, Gaia, the Earth, whatever you want to call it, which sits within your realm of reality. And so Kunzat also assists in connecting your voice with your free flowing expression. And that's what we really want to do. So it's not just about having a self love, but it's being able to assist you with. We've talked into boundaries before. So, to be able to have that, to find your voice and to gracefully manage that way of implementing boundaries as well. So, um, I'm going to also talk into, I suppose, the brother, the sister to Kunzite. It's a green one, which is just as delightful, which is called Hiddenite as well. So, but I'm going to talk firstly into the Kunzite and got my trusty stone.
Ah, yes,
Uh,
yes.
this is, I know that there is a crystal Bible, but this one is really in this newness of the frequencies of the crystals that are coming out. And funny enough, the Kunzite and the Hiddenite are literally right next to each other. And this is what was channeled through by the author of this book, which is Robert Simmons.
Hmm.
If you haven't got this book, it is like if you really like to get into down and dirty into your crystals, it's a cool book to really get to know things a little bit deeper.
So who's that by again?
Robert Simmons.
Robert Simmons.
Yeah.
Right.
So Kunzite speaks. I bring you greetings of love. I am a living heart without a fleshy body. My crystalline body expresses through its love lattice the pure pink ray of the higher heart, which lies asleep in you. You have within you a throne for the King and Queen of love, and that seat is your high heart. Allow me to crown them in your throne of flesh, and you may walk amidst the fields of joy in the domain of true love.
Hmm.
Which for me, I'm just seeing this, the two energies of the masculine and the feminine coming together in this higher heart, like where my kunzite actually sits. And I just,
Mm.
right, that is right there. And that is that activating all of the parts of you that your masculine is going to help you take action, move you forward, and the feminine is going to bring the softness and the flow and the creativity of things in there. So if you've never tried one, look one up, get one that, looks and feels. I know you can't see it from here, but this one, she's done me well. She has gone on many a pilgrimage into, holding spaces for people where they're delving deep into some crazy ass dark shit, let's just say.
Mm,
I've
mm.
worn it at a couple of multi-day festivals, and the darkness seems to crawl in with some of them as well. And it just allows me to remain in my graceful, self aware self while the crazy chaos is
Chaos.
going on.
Mm.
Um, and to, so that I can keep, because it can get overwhelming when you've done, 3 days straight and you're like, sleep was something that I remember. Um,
Yeah,
yeah. Um, and even if it's been, some big, big energies going around. It's just nice to be able to just sit in the softness.
absolutely. And just reconnect with yourself. I think, like, I am not good in things like festivals and stuff because I just feel like there's just so much energy going on around me that I get very overwhelmed very quickly. It's just like, go away, go away. And it is a really good one for giving you that sense of yourself amongst everything else that's going on and getting that, keeping that center happening, I think.
Yay. So that is our beautiful Kunzite. If you want more information, please reach out to us in the comment section below. Send us a message, ask us questions. We're quite happy to research them and be able to give you of more information, because I don't know about Judi, but me, we learn a lot. One of our hobbies is learning stuff,
Oh, absolutely,
random
absolutely. Yeah.
stuff. We love learning it. So our from getting to know each other, we're really finding that our scope of knowledge is very eclectic, very like sparse, and very, um, we can have conversations based on so many different things. So it's that's what I love doing. I love being able to, and I'm always fascinated of, if you've got something to say about kunzite or another one of the crystals that we've posted up,
Yep,
please share with us. We want to learn stuff. Like
we do
if we say
indeed.
something and you're like, oh yeah, but what about this? We are open. We are
Tell
literally
us about the this.
open.
Yes.
Yeah, what is this new thing? Like, how do you use that in that way? Like, and it's not just us teaching people. Everyone has their own inner knowledge. It doesn't matter how old or young you are, there's this spark that you can find. And if it's something that you're really passionate about, and, we've spoken into it, we don't want it in a we want it done with love, though, with a pureness and with the honestness of, just curiosity and sharing with curiosity, not
I was just about to
your
say
drama.
curiosity. Yes. Yeah.
Um, Look, if I'm wrong, I'll admit it. Very rarely happens. No, I'm joking. It's what I tell my girls sometimes. Mummy's right.
But well, yeah, that's a little bit different. Yeah. There are always more things to learn, no matter how expert you are at something. There's always a different perspective
Yeah,
or a different aspect that you haven't explored yet. So we
yeah.
like to get into those bits and pieces that we haven't explored yet. So
Yeah.
comments welcome, questions welcome, thoughts welcome.
All the things welcome. So I did say that I was going to talk into the Hiddenite. So the Hiddenite is a green color. You can't really see it because I've got green on today, but I will speak into that. So it's very similar in the feeling. Um, so both are for the heart chakra, which is your fourth chakra, if you're coming from the base up, they're both in the water element, so both very flowy and beautiful. So the Hedonite is interpersonal love, heart healing, and rediscovering the joy of relationships and enlivening the senses, exuberant joy for life. And interesting that they both wanted to be worn today. So they bring
Mm,
different elements of how we experience our heart. And there
mm.
is no one right way or wrong way. It's just the way that you experience in that moment. So Hedonite says, I'm forever the wide-eyed child, astonished and delighted, tickled into the laughter and joy of delight in myself, and my pleasure in what I behold. Invite me within you, and I shall bring with me this glee and enjoyment of existence exactly as it is.
I love that word glee. You don't hear that enough.
And
That just made
I
me
don't
like
think people
smile.
used that after there was that Glee show. Everyone was
Oh
like,
yeah,
we
yeah.
can't use Glee anymore. Um, just a PSA, do not put anything inside of you that ends with "ite" if it's a crystal.
Oh, okay. Yes, I
Because that said, bring it in inside of you. So what it means is sit with the crystal, sit with the energy, and breathe it into you. So breathe it into you within that sense. So how does that
right.
feel? What does the energy feel like for you? And everyone's different. This isn't just an overall, this is a generalized talk in regards to it. Some people feel crystals, some people see more into them, some people hear them. However it is speaking or whatever to you is how you do it. If you're new to crystals, just use one crystal at a time. I've been using
Mm,
crystals for quite a while, so that's why I'm quite happy to mix it up because I really speak into what it is that I need or want in a
yep.
day. So sit with a piece of Hiddenite and feel the difference. Um, Generally, Hedonite is, I suppose, specimen pieces or in jewelry as well. I
Mhm,
haven't seen it in air. I don't think I've seen it. No, I haven't seen it in any other jewelry. It's generally a pendant or something like that as well.
yep.
Um, like I said, the ites, it's like selenite. They don't necessarily like water as well. They are a softer, um, grade of hardness with the crystals as well. So
Mm.
sit with the crystal, breathe with it. How does it make you feel? Are there emotions coming up with that? And just noticing them. You don't have to do anything with your emotions. All that you have to do
Yep.
is let them come up.
Yep.
And the more that we let them come out and be released from our body, the more that we are released from whatever. And we don't even need to know where it's come from or anything. We just release, let go. And then once whatever has come up, whether it's anger, rage, sadness, just continue just to breathe with that crystal. It may not, like, it could be just a giggle, a laughing thing. So sometimes I put a crystal on and
Mm.
I just want to be giggly. So I know
Look,
that
that's what like the glee word, it was like, oh,
yeah. So
that struck a chord with me
sometimes
today.
it is just like yeah. So play. That's what these little the about the crystals is inviting you to be playful with the different types of crystals. Be safe. If you want to know more about putting crystals inside of you, please, that's a other conversation
Mhm.
as well. But we will speak into things like that down the track. We are getting to those sort of things. Um,
Yeah, but that's really good advice with the like if particularly if you're just starting with crystals. I mean, I do it myself like now, whenever I get a new crystal, I will cleanse it. I'll sit it on my desk and I'll just randomly pick it up during the day. It's not like a stressful thing that I have to sit there and speak to me. It's more of you're kind of introducing yourselves to each other. And I
Really.
think giving that time and, just being able to sit with it, and it's a good way of just easing into it, because I think if you're trying to sort of force that process or force the knowledge, or you've read a book and okay, you're meant to be doing this for me, like that actually interrupts the flow and of
That's,
the energy. So
yeah, it's like meeting someone and going, "You're my soulmate. You must do this for me." So
yeah,
you need to romance the crystals a little bit. Be more
yeah, and
kind
let
to them
them
and
romance you
gratitude
too, because
for it.
they like to do a bit of the
Yeah,
hi.
exactly. Well, that was our little episode on Kunzite. We've gone on all sorts of little, but I think it's all relevant in regards to how Kunzite shows up in your daily life and how it can help you manage all the big emotions as well. I think sometimes with the bigger emotions, rose quartz can just be that little bit too. mm, that's the
Yeah.
word. So thank you for joining us for Kunzite. I am Samantha-Jayne Love, and this is,
I'm Judy Reed.
and we are the Garden of All, where you get all of the pleasure and none of the guilt.
Bye.